Man, SNM clan, happy Sunday. How y'all doing? Hope y'all doing amazingly well. Shout out to each and every one of you. I mean, Mzansi, shout out to you guys for doing amazingly well. Remember in our previous videos, you guys can remember, we spoke about the whole stuff that happened, this whole abuse stuff, how it's not really needed for the whole disqualification of the thing. That ain't needed, understand, right? That won't really do anything for anyone, understand, right? No matter how you disqualify someone, it won't really do something for that person. At the end of the day, just for that person to
just leave the platform,
leave the house, cut out of them chasing the prize money, right?
Yeah.
What they need was sensitization, understand, right? And amount of education that can help them understand, their left from their right, from them to understand, okay, what I did was actually wrong.
Yeah.
And I mean, Mzansi, of course, listened, and of course, I had to bring in a certain lady that has to sensitize them, and of course, teach them certain things. Well, such a deep woman. I was able to
that was really, really
deep.
Amazing. The conversation was
insightful.
So
shout out to you, Mzansi.
And shout out to the woman as well.
Yeah, amazing.
She really, really tried her best. To be extremely, extremely considerate, because I feel like, if I don't know if you remember on Twitter, this particular organization, right, was calling out the whole thing. Yeah. And the last calling out they did, they only called out Ashley.
Yeah. That's Women for Change.
Exactly, Women for Change.
That platform, in a way, showed a form of hypocrisy, because you cannot talk about, this is what I keep saying, when you just post just this person, for example, and two people were involved and just one person was there. For me, you just want to use that person for clout.
Especially.
You are not really even grounded on feeling what is really happening. Just want to post.
Yes.
Just for whatever you just want. That's crazy, yeah.
Especially when the whole thing started first week of the show and nobody said anything. Even though it would have actually been amazing if they treated that matter first week. They allowed the whole thing to linger until it became worse before they start to talk about it.
Right?
It does not make sense to but that them not coming out to call out one person,
come on,
and left the other just made me feel like, okay,
where's the other picture?
Are you actually advocating for change, or are you chasing clout?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Women for Change. Well, look at what you're doing. You're talking about where's Bunny B? Bunny was not there. Just posted Asha. What is this?
Yeah,
I can't take you serious.
I was like,
I can't take it serious.
I just kept quiet. I was like, okay.
Yeah. So plan.
Hannah coming to educate everybody on the topic, and the housemates really learned a lot, because a lot of people shared their knowledge, and Savage, Super Sizzler, who else? Nate, Martha, and everything. Okay, Ashley now said something. So understanding what she was saying, she was trying to say that people that abuse.
Sir, before this Ashley stuff,
okay,
I just want to enter Ashley like that. The woman was speaking. She had this form of emotional depth on when people needed to understand, that form of story on what they really needed to know about abuse. You understand, right? And that was quite sensitive, right? And for me, I was like, okay, fine and good. Every story that was being said there, almost everything that was done there was just because of what happened to KB. Hope you understand. The reason why that woman came was because of KB. It was because of the matter that happened with KB, you understand, right? If not, Mzansi, they go just before they even see the next light or more. If you take, you understand, right? So the next be serious. Okay, we are serious with this case, so this and that, right?
Even though I feel like, I don't know why I feel like in their mind they are not.
Who? Really?
Mzansi.
How? I don't get.
Because why didn't you treat the topic until you started to go wild?
And that's it now. I told you from the beginning that, Biggie on the 100 wouldn't have addressed that until things went out of control.
Must it?
Sometimes, look, see what happened now. From the beginning, they do not want to keep these people, being in certain states where they cannot really do certain things. Look at what is happening now. These are things that are paining, right? Even if KB had a certain story of a trauma that's happened, right? But you see KB, for example, acting a certain way towards certain people because she believes that these people cannot react or retaliate. And that is quite painful. You understand, right? So everything that happened, for example, was because of KB, and everything has doubled up. And it might shock you that this thing will spoil her game eventually. Because at the end of the day now, should I bust your bubble? Almost everyone right now, in a way, when Bonnie B and Ashley were serving a punishment, do you know that they were seeing people as victims? It will shock you people.
Yeah.
Do you know that an amount of people were actually seeing Bonnie B and Ashley as victims? They started feeling for them. Crazy. crazy because at the end of the day, Kay will do something, for example, let's say someone do something, she's like, do this, do that, because she is now the mother of the house. In other words, Biggie has my back. Whatever story I said, you people cannot say anything about me, people cannot do anything, understand, right? You must rally around me, you must do what I want. That is guy crazy. So for me, I won't really take things serious when you talk about certain things and feel some type of way, but at the end of the day, you still act so disgusting.
That's what I'm saying, but I get what you're saying.
I won't play with that.
I feel like it shouldn't make housemates to walk on eggshells. Do you understand what I mean? Because they are two different things. I'm just saying, don't be insensitive. If you don't know what to contribute, if you don't know what to say, if you know that if you open your mouth, you start talking nonsense. As regards to the topic,
just keep
why
quiet.
not just keep quiet and focus on your life?
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean they are not still in a game at the end of the day. Do you understand what I mean? If KB pisses you off, you have to call her out. It's as simple as that. Nobody say you should start talking about her experience.
No.
Or her
for
abuse.
that. No.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same thing.
So
if housemates decide to work on eggshells, it's their pee. It's none of my business. You want to do that, and if she want to ride on you,
no. You can't say it's your pee.
It's on them. It's on them because why are you allowing that?
This woman that came again, don't you know she has made matters worse again?
But
don't you know she has made?
Because
I know
she has to. Because why would housemates even do that?
Don't you know matters are worse again? Don't you know these people now? This housemates, for example, the time they just withdraw. You understand? Because almost everyone there that is smart there, almost everyone that is smart there will understand the reason for that conversation. The reason for that talk was because of KB.
Course, it's because of KB. KB is the main reason. But at the end of the day, now that it has gone mainstream, it's not more about KB anymore.
Yeah.
It's about a lot of other people that have faced the same thing.
Then definitely,
and the same people that might show tendencies that Bonnie B and Ashley showed. They have to be wherever they are, watching the TV and learning something.
Mainstream is still about KB, but just that they seize that opportunity to extend to other people.
Yeah.
So mainstream is still about KB. It's all about her. And I don't know why. I don't know why.
It was from the show before it went mainstream. Do you understand what I get that, yeah. So now it's not only, I'm saying it's not only about KB anymore, but about other people too.
Yeah, I don't know who was crying. Was it KB that was crying?
No, she was the one that was crying. Even, I feel like I noticed that Mandy Hagen too must have faced similar thing. Yeah. But she doesn't want to share it. Do you understand what I mean? Because I saw her having a chat with Ashley. Ashley was encouraging her to talk about it because the woman is coming back on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And people were like saying that Mandy Hagen shouldn't actually talk about her story. But me, I don't have anything to say. If she decides to, I feel like if someone is out there to talk about their story and people encourage them to actually speak up, you have to still be that person.
That person to make his or her choice.
Take the information without criticizing them or making them feel weird about them sharing their story. Because there's one thing for people to say, speak up, and they speak up and they're alone.
Speak up, something crazy happens, right? But the thing is more of like, at least some people need to understand this, right? Sharing your story has no limits, has no boundaries, right? But at the end of the day, you understand, you think about, where you're actually sharing a story and who you're sharing it with or who you're sharing it to, you understand, right? You just see certain people and just come out and just start, sharing a story. Who is that person? How well have you known this person before you start sharing something that's sensitive, right? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, what made this spiral out of control was Nate, you understand, right? I don't know who KB told about her story that overheard.
I don't know who she was telling.
I don't know who she was telling.
That's Bonnie B overheard.
You understand, right?
Jiggy.
Because I doubt if it was Bonnie B, KB told.
Yes,
so who did KB tell her story to? Who was that person?
Yeah.
You understand, right? Because for you to tell someone that story, it depends on how you feel. You might not really know someone per se.
Think about it.
But you just feel like, I just want to tell you how I feel about certain things.
Think about it. Why are we asking who she told? Because even the person she told is not saying anything. That's to show you how the person knew
about
that matter was sensitive.
Confidentiality.
Do you understand what I mean?
That person kept her confidence intact. We don't know yet, too. We don't know who that person is. We don't know.
That's what I'm saying. For us not to know now, the person is keeping quiet.
What if it's Nate? Okay, it's not
Nate because Nate was in the conversation with Bonnie B.
So who did KB tell? Please, let's send him a client.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. For KB to tell someone and Bonnie B overheard, carried the gist to the group.
Do you think Bonnie B overheard? Or
yes,
or
she
KB
overheard.
told Bonnie B and Bonnie B said she used it against KB?
She overheard. I heard her say she overheard. And they were having the conversation. And Nate was there.
Yeah.
And Nate now took the conversation to the whole house.
Yeah. Okay.
That was how this thing, like, the whole thing spreaded.
Yeah. Okay. It's fine.
Anyways,
I get that. All right. So Ashley now, please.
So Ashley now goes, because what she said was very complicated.
Wow. Yeah.
Some people that really want to pounce on her will not understand. And at the same time, what she said might be misunderstood as well.
Very, very.
Because she goes, I think we should consider the people that did the deed.
Wow.
Do you understand? Because they must have been out by other people. They must have been essayed by another person. And the person that essayed the person will go and essay another person. Onto saying that, how do I put it?
Yeah.
Like, hurt people can hurt another person or hurt other people.
Yeah.
So they need to be considered. She's not saying that they shouldn't be punished, because obviously, if you do any criminal act, you are going to prison or jail or whatever, you will be punished. But at the same time, you are observing your punishment, you need to be sensitized, rehabilitated or whatever. Do you understand what she was trying to say? So when she said that, the woman was like, oh yeah, we understand what you're trying to say, but at the same time, we have to still focus on the person that received the abuse and everything and everywhere scattered.
That's so crazy, SNM clan. Ashley
because that was what she said.
Ashley came from a very wide angle that it would take someone that has a sense of emotional depth that can actually like
someone that read maybe criminology or like advanced in the topic.
This is not for even a sane person. Even a sane person will kick against what Ashley said. It's not for a normal person, you understand, right? This is more of like, there's no how an abuser can be excused because you feel that an abuser did something, you feel like because he was abused, that's why he did what he did. That is rubbish, yo.
Yeah.
You understand, right? So what Ashley is saying that, you're not even talking mostly about the victim. You're talking about the person that did it.
So someone now hearing that is going to be mad. It's
going to be crazy.
Because what are you saying?
You understand? It would be very difficult for someone to understand that.
You have to sit yourself. You have to calm down
to understand where she's coming from. Yeah. But that time, that period, that is the wrongest thing.
That is not the conversation.
That is not the conversation. Like, Ashley will never cease to amaze me.
Like, do you understand me? Like, sometimes I ask myself, does she really like...
Ashley will never cease to amaze me.
Does she read the room?
What's a maddie? I mean, like, that's crazy.
I thought about it. I was like, I understand what she's trying to say.
I understand perfectly,
but at this point, please.
No.
Please.
I know where she's coming from, right?
No.
In a way, it might be a form of advocating for people that actually do certain things, right?
People should extend forgiveness and all of that. And I ask myself, you can't actually tell people when to forgive you.
No.
Do you understand? You can't.
You can only tell that person to forgive, but you cannot tell that person when or how.
To accept it.
You understand, right? That person know, but it's that person's choice of when or whenever you want to like do it, right? But that period now, when something like that's happened, are you going to care about the person that did that stuff or the victim? No.
Do you understand?
You understand, right? The person that
sleep for prison,
the person that did
first.
Come on. You understand, right? So
then
such
later
stuff,
I'll come back and say, okay, what happened?
Yeah.
Is it like from your generation or is it do you understand? That's what she's trying to say.
Yeah.
It stemmed from a particular thing that might have, factored the whole thing.
Yeah, sometimes it can be upbringing, it can be influence, it can be peer pressure, it can be certain stuff, right? It can just be how people just want to like do certain things, right? But when something is done, it can never be justified.
It's not possible. You face the consequences when we treat the root cause of whatever that made you do what you did.
Yeah.
Simple.
Something like that happened. You want to justify it. How now? You. Ashley, I beg you.
So I don't think Ashley was trying to say it should be justified.
No.
She did not. I don't think that's where she's coming from. She's coming from. I understand that people are mad, people are angry. Why she didn't say that? She should just keep quiet. But that's not what she was trying to say. She wasn't trying to justify. She was trying to say, the person must be punished. But at the same time, someone needs to sit down and ask them, why did you do this?
Exactly.
What happened? You have to be
cause.
considerate to them.
You understand,
if
right?
someone decided not to be considerate to them, man, you can't force them to be considerate to them because why would you do it in the first place?
Yeah, right.
And now this whole topic is a broad something that is very delicate that only people that have this mindset of trying to like effect change. Not people that are trying to crucify people that have a good interest.
People that are trying to heal from such experiences, right? So, I mean...
Because I feel like a lot of people that are handling this topic are doing it from a place of, okay, they are trying to like cause more harm than good. I feel like the only people that need to treat matters like this are people that genuinely care about this topic, not people that are using the topic for clout.
Yeah, people that care about the topic, and most of all, people that understand and must have gone through certain stuff as well.
Exactly.
They easily connect. They know the pain and feel from another person that went through that.
Yeah.
You understand, right? So that is why when Bonnie B still did the same thing or whatever,
I said what I said.
Problem, you understand, right? But that moment now was her retaliating to what KB did.
I still felt like it was insensitive.
For me, I will say it again, it would have been worse. KB was lucky. You cannot just do that because you feel you are on a pedestal, you're on a stool where you feel is majestic. That is rubbish. So when you do something to people, however you want to do it, expect a return. That is what happened to Bonnie B. What Bonnie B did, she's not suffering the consequences from what she did. She's suffering it. Ash did the same thing. You understand, right? So every action you put in, expect your consequences however you want it. You understand, right? If it's a positive action, expect something positive in return. If it's negative, expect something negative in return. It's that simple.
Yeah.
You understand, right? But for KB now, my own is that I hope this housemate are able to understand something, that whenever you're with this lady, do not walk around eggshells. Feel however you want to feel, but deviate from certain stuff about a story. That was the thing that was said. Do not talk about a story about how you want to a story, or talk about how you want to use it against it. That is rubbish. Now you go collect. You understand, right? That cannot happen. That's all right. But if KB is feeling some type of way about it, fine and good. She's free to feel that. But at the end of the day, please let them know that they shouldn't walk on eggshells around this babe. Because the more they do that, the more she imbibes that, before you know it, wings already start growing and there's nothing they can do.
As I said, it's on them.
All right, cool stuff,
because
cool stuff.
I'm not in the house.
All right, amazing stuff. Well, quickly,
Savage
and KB,
Savage said he wants to be a good man for KB yesterday when he was talking to Bonnie B, and Bonnie B was laughing out loud. He's a changed man. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
He's a changed man.
I think Savage says a changed man. Amazing.
Ushini first. Ushini was saying glue, 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 glue. He ran away from her because that babe. Even Yanda and Ushini now, they are getting closer. Friendship,
I don't know where that one starts. But I mean, the way Ushini does some stuff, some stuff rather, actually just like, what is really happening, right? All right, so it is what it is. Anything else on the table? All right, so let's see how this eviction is going to turn out, right? Let's just go and leave. Hey, wow, that'll be finished. Well,
Savage might go home.
All right, you ready to the drill? Remember, comment here, let us know what you feel about this video. If you love this video, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up and like our videos. Share this comment to say thank you guys. You're the very best. You guys are awesome. Always remember, never to give up. Be the best at what you do. The success is guaranteed, not optional. So then, guys, peace. Check a